Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story from the American Revolution that often gets overlooked, but is absolutely crucial to how the war ended. We're talking about a man who risked everything, playing a dangerous game of espionage that would change the course of history. This is the incredible story of James Armistead Lafayette. So, picture this. It's 1781, and the Revolutionary War is raging. The Continental Army, led by George Washington, is struggling against the might of the British Empire. In Virginia, a French general, the Marquis de Lafayette, is commanding American forces, and he desperately needs good intelligence on the British movements. This is where our hero, James Armistead, enters the story. James was an enslaved African-American man living in Virginia. He saw the fight for independence and wanted to contribute. So, he volunteered to join the army under General Lafayette. But he wasn't going to be a soldier in the traditional sense. Lafayette had a different, much more dangerous mission for him: to become a spy. James's plan was brilliant and incredibly risky. He would pose as a runaway slave and make his way to the British camp, offering his services. The British, seeing an opportunity to get information about the Americans, took him in. He was assigned to the command of none other than General Lord Cornwallis, the leader of the British forces in the South. Now this is where it gets even more amazing. James was so convincing in his role that he gained the complete trust of Cornwallis. The British believed he was a loyal asset. They even wanted him to spy on Americans, making him a double agent. He was feeding the British false information about American troop movements while gathering critical top-secret details about British plans, troop strength, and defensive positions. He would write down everything he learned on tiny scraps of paper and secretly pass them to other American spies, who then delivered them to General Lafayette. The intelligence James provided was a goldmine. He revealed Cornwallis's plan to move his entire army to a small port town called Yorktown, believing it would be an easy place to get resupplied by the British Navy. This was the breakthrough the Americans and their French allies needed. Armed with James's intelligence, General Washington and General Lafayette saw their chance. They secretly moved their combined forces to surround Yorktown by land, while the French Navy blockaded the Chesapeake Bay, cutting off any escape or reinforcement for the British by sea. Cornwallis was completely trapped. He had walked right into the perfect ambush, all thanks to the information gathered by James Armistead. The Siege of Yorktown began, and after a few weeks, with no hope of escape, Cornwallis surrendered his entire army. This decisive victory effectively ended the American Revolutionary War and secured America's independence. But what about James? After the war, his story took another turn. Despite his heroic service, he was not immediately freed. Virginia law only granted freedom to enslaved soldiers, and since James was a spy, he didn't technically qualify. It took the personal intervention of the Marquis de Lafayette himself, who wrote a powerful testimonial to the Virginia government. For James to finally gain his freedom in 1787, in honor of the general who had believed in him and fought for his freedom, James adopted a new surname. From then on, he was known as James Armistead Lafayette. He lived the rest of his life as a free man and a respected farmer in Virginia. His story is a powerful reminder that heroes come from all walks of life, and that sometimes the most important battles are won not with cannons, but with courage, wit, and intelligence. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as inspiring as I did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into history. See you next time.